this old world starts getting me down, and people are just too much for me to face. I climb way up to the top of the stairs, and all my cares just drift right into space. On the roof it's peaceful as can be, and there the world below can bother me. Let me tell you now, when I come home feeling tired and weak, I go.
Well, welcome back to the comfy confines of Bennett C. Russell Stadium. The Raiders would hope to be in a better situation right now, but we're not into district games yet, Bob. So the trophy is still within reach.
Trophy is still within reach, but our district is not getting any weaker. Tate put a whipping on Northview. We predicted that, but wow.
42-14 last night. But the biggest upset of the night, we go down I-10, down 85, into Niceville on 20. Take a left on 20 to Niceville High, and Lincoln trailed at the half 14-7. But they shut out Niceville in the second half, 21-0. For a 28-14 victory on the road at a very, very tough place to play.
I've been around these parts, as you have, for a while. I can't remember any team shutting Niceville down, in the second half. Our good friend Joe Settles is the pick wizard, is a member of the chain gang for Niceville, so he had a bird's eye view, as he does every home game, and he said it was turnovers that cost them mental mistakes, something you don't see from a Niceville team, Bill.
No, but they're down to, I believe, their third-string quarterback, and he's doing the best that he can. But Niceville will be back, I can almost guarantee it. So Grant Thompson has not had a whole lot of losses over at Niceville High in his tenure. But we're going to talk about Rickards, and we're going to talk about Navarre. Both are Raiders. So you're going to not hear us say a lot of touchdown Raiders. You're going to hear a lot of us say touchdown Navarre Raiders. So we got to make that split the needle this week.
That's right. Yeah, I may refer to them as the Blue Raiders, but Rickards and Navarre.
Most definitely. And Rickards comes into this game 1-1. They came back after trailing Crestview in week 1, 15-0, and pulled out a 24-23 win over the Young Bulldogs on opening night of 2023. Last week, they faced a team that's playing pretty darn well right now. Gadsden County had to go up to Lowndes their first week.
Ladies and gentlemen,
a very respectable performance up at Lowndes and Valdosta. And so, but they lose to Gadsden County last week, 24-7. Navarre loses a tough one in overtime to Catholic in week 1, 34-27. Last week they went into that destruction called Pine Forest last week, and 40-17. And we haven't really seen a Navarre team since the Creekside game that was pretty much dismantled from the very beginning.
Yeah, 20-10, Bill, at halftime. And I really thought that with Navarre getting a second half kickoff, I thought they would put a drive together and make it closer, make it a one-score game. And it just didn't happen. And we turned it over.
On our very first possession of the second half.
Yeah.
and Pine Forest went right down and scored. One of 2 touchdowns in the quarter by Mikael Brock. What a back that young man is. Size, strength, but most of all, he's got that extra gear. That when he puts it into gear, nobody's going to be able to keep up with him.
Not even you, Bill.
Not even in my younger days.
Not even in your younger days.
I was a quick little guy. I was little. All at high school, I was all of 5'6", 135 pounds. I could run fast.
Rudy?
Rudy? No, I was smaller than Rudy.
Wow. Okay.
But the speed by that young man, the speed by Eddie Love Jr. over at Fort Walton Beach,
right.
C.J. Nettles at Catholic, that's a gift for these young men.
Can't teach it.
No.
Can't teach speed. Basketball, you can't coach height.
I mean, we've had the pleasure over the years, we've got to coach some speed. Broadcast some speed. Billy Mitchell was the first one I remember was really quick for Navarre in the mid-2000s, late 2000s.
Anybody has a roster they can bring to the press box, we would appreciate it. Looking for a roster for the Rickards.
I'll have to, when we take a commercial break, maybe you can run down there, or I can run down there and take them a roster. They're looking for a roster. We've had speed throughout the history of the Navarre program. Guys like Michael Carter, Gatlin Casey, Derek Percival, Tyler England, Dante Wright.
Dante.
We've had some Hassan Williams. Johnny Robinson was another one.
Legs,
He's down there. He's coaching now here at Navarre. And
wow.
Assistant coach here, Crazy Legs, as he's known. I think he gave himself that nickname, which it was accurate. But we've had some speed, and we got some speed to watch here in the Panhandle this year. The only young man I haven't seen yet is Jason Patterson over at Sneed's. Since we're in the booth every Friday night, we don't get a chance to see everybody.
Right. They don't play very many Thursday games that will allow us to go over there. But early on in the contest, Pine Forest tried the middle of the offensive line and had some success, but when they went outside and sometimes Navarre lost containment, boy, you talk about another afterburner.
Well, we got Navarre and Rickards tonight, both known as the Raiders. Rickards 1-1, Navarre 0-2. It's been a long time since Navarre has started a season 0-3. I think we have to go back to like 2008.
And something I forgot. I mean, we lost our last 2 regular season games, I believe. So we are on a 4-game losing streak.
Yes.
So,
and that's only happened 6 times in Navarre history. And honestly, I don't think I have ever broadcasted a 5-game losing streak. And, I don't think we're going to have to worry about that because I have a good feeling about tonight's game.
Yep.
Number 1 is back in the lineup for Navarre. Terrence will be out there. Let's see how quick he takes a hit, because I think that's what it's going to take for Terrence to get back into playing shape, is he's got to take that first hit.
No question. I mean, someone coming off an injury, that's what you want to be able to feel, that quick, the first hit. I assume this week they may have had, since the last couple of weeks he's been on no contact, but he's been in the weight room. You heard Coach on the Buffalo Wild Wings coaches show. He's been in the weight room, been running through plays with I don't know if he had any contact, if they kept the no contact on. I would be surprised if they did. I think Coach Walls knows and Terrence knows, being a senior, that's something you want. What I'll be interested to see now, Rickards' secondary is you heard Coach on the coach show, very fast. How they handle Terrence. They have game film from last year, maybe game film. Well, they don't have any game film for this year. This is his first time back. Do they single cover him? Do they double? They play zone? what are they going to do?
Well, I want to make a correction to last week's broadcast. In the second half, when we were actually calling Darius Cunningham on those receptions, that was not Darius. It was number 0, Rylan Reynolds. But the 8 and the 0, and when these guys, young men, they bunch that jersey up, sometimes it's hard. So I apologize. That was not Darius Cunningham on those receptions. It was Rylan Reynolds, and he had 2 receptions on the night. And so I just wanted to get that out there, Bob.
Yeah, no problem. The jerseys were difficult to on both teams, really. But so we had some different receivers catch footballs last week, Bill.
Yeah, we got Jalen Meza got his first reception. Jack Hilton had his first reception. It went for a touchdown.
Right.
I mean, we had Nate Hansen with a nice, beautiful, we called that play. Riley checking in with us now. We got a shirt for you.
We got a
nice Irish Bill Sports polo shirt there for you.
That's yours. That's up
yours.
to you.
But,
why not?
But yeah, we just got these in, and I want to thank Lori Spessard for. I dropped them in one day. She had them done by the end of the day.
Wow.
She's been our seamstress for Irish Mill Sports for quite a while. So
they look good.
But yeah, and I mean, yeah, 2 catches from Rylan Reynolds, his first 2 catches of the year. Devin McNicholas had his first catch of the year. So they spread it out, even though Navarre only completed 8 passes last week. They spread it out among 6 different receivers.
Absolutely. So we'll see what kind of game plan Navarre has tonight. I think they're going to mix it up, set up the run, pass.
And this is really an unfamiliar. This is an unfamiliar foe for us. We've only played them once in the history of both teams, and that was last year. There we go. He's looking good.
Walking tall.
Looking smooth there. But everybody's incognito now.
We may have to take a selfie.
We might have to do that.
Yeah. But they only faced each other the first time in the rain. Tonight, cloudless, beautiful night here in Navarre.
We already got Tim Keene checking in, Annette Smalling, Deborah Broxson, go Raiders, and Mr. Sammy checking in. Good luck, Navarre, from your number 1 fan, Mr. Sammy.
Awesome.
Thank you. I think Sammy gave himself that number 1, and that's all right with us because all of our fans are number 1 in our books.
You bet.
But we're going to head out to commercial break. Navarre Rickards coming up at the bottom of the hour. Irish Bill, Seminole Bob, and Raider Riley on the camera tonight from Bennett C. Russell Stadium. We'll be right back after this word from our sponsors.
Craig Culver of Culver's.
Before farm to table, before field to fork, there was just good, wholesome food. Grown by America's farm families, prepared fresh at Culver's, and always served with a smile. We still cook every Butterburger to order using fresh 100% Midwest beef and craft our frozen custard right in the restaurant using family farm fresh dairy. So thank you, farmers. Welcome to Delicious.
All Dry is 100% veteran-owned and operated. They have a proven process that guarantees customer satisfaction along with job completion to industry standards. In addition to water and mold remediation, they hold certifications in fire and smoke odor control cleanup, trauma, crime scene, and biohazard cleanup. If you're in the Gulf Coast region, including areas in Florida, Alabama, and Mississippi, you can rely on All Dry 24/7, 365. And you can find them on the World Wide Web at www.myalldry.com/Gulf Coast region.
Thinking about selling your property? Call Ursula Householder of Coldwell Banker Realty in Navarre now. The consultation is free, and Ursula uses the best tools the industry has to offer. Her years as a top producer, relocation specialist, and Florida military market specialist will help you get the desired result. If you are buying, Ursula's experience will help you make an informed decision to find the right home for you. And if you mention this advertisement, Ursula will donate $100 to the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club when the deal closes. To find out if you qualify for any of the military rewards, call or text 850-642-5711 or email ursula.householder@cbrealty.com or go to urhouseholderhomes.com. That's urhouseholderhomes.com. Go Raiders!
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire the right person. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills with the right jobs from the production floor to the front office. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
University Lending Group, located in Harvest Village, is Navarre's local mortgage lender. If buying, selling, or building a dream home is in your future, you need to contact University Lending Group. Jennifer Gomes and Stacy Wright are the loan specialists who have the experience to take you step by step to make your buying, building, or selling experience smooth. See University at 752 Navarre Parkway, Suite 56, or call 850-396-0322.
Great teams have great support. The Navarre Raiders have one of the best support organizations, the Navarre Raiders Quarterback Club. All the members see to it that the Raiders have all available necessities to keep the Raiders on track, whether it's seeing to it that they're properly fed, have good transportation, or making sure that all Raider fans can watch and hear all exciting Navarre Raider football action. The Navarre Raider Quarterback Club is there to make it happen. Thanks, Navarre Raider Quarterback Club, for your support of your winning Navarre Raiders on IrishBillSports.com.
3 claps, we're ready tonight. 3 claps. 3 claps. 3 claps. 27 years ago, I sat in this locker room just like you guys, on a knee, getting ready to play a game. I walked down the locker room, it still smells the same. It takes you back real quick. One of the things that caught me was how fast 27 years goes by. There's so many people that live vicariously through you. I would give anything tonight to jump in one of these uniforms with you guys.
To do something I never had an opportunity to do. My father never saw me play. You play for your fathers tonight.
That feeling goes away. It goes away, and it doesn't come every Friday night. It comes when you get married. It comes when your child's born. So you get it, but you just don't get it every Friday night. You're going to miss that more than anything in the world. That's what I miss. And so you seniors that are focused on college, you're focused on your work after high school, what you're going to do next, you're focused on tomorrow, aren't you?
Nick Fury. It would appear you're not dead after all.
Got that right. Now streaming.
You've got plenty of time for tomorrow. But these tonights, they're going by fast. You focus on tonight. This is about you guys. This is about the guys in this room that care about each other, that know there's only so many more of these nights left. It's about you. They're a faceless opponent. They just happen to draw the short straw tonight. Now get your asses ready to play. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3.
I feel that chill, smell that fresh cut grass. I'm back in my helmet, cleats, and shoulder pads.
Welcome back to Bennett C. Russell Stadium. I always love playing at least once a year, Bob, and it just on a Friday night it just gets you going, and it takes you back to your high school days if you played, whether it was football or whatever sports you played. It just takes you back, and we played for family. We played for each other, and we need to get back to that.
Yep.
But right now we have the ROTC here at Navarre High, coming from the south end zone. And we'll have them coming to the 50-yard line here momentarily. And we're going to play our national anthem. So I'm going to turn it over to the field, Mike.
The American flag and commanding tonight, Cadet Chief Petty Officer Dylan Williams. And on right rifle, Cadet Petty Officer First Class Randy Russell.
Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem, played by the Navarre Raider Marching Band. Another great rendition by our Navarre Raider Marching Band, which means we're closer to kickoff. Let's go back and let you know who's checking in. Robert Moon checking in tonight. I remember his son Jeremiah playing here at Navarre. He said, let's go Raiders. He said, what's up, Irish Bill? You're up, Robert. You're up and watching this game tonight. So Clay Matthews checking in, says, let's go. Mr. Millard, come on, Raiders. We need a win. Yes, we do. Mark Stevens checking in, watching from Queen Anne, Maryland. And Stacy and Coach Greenhaw checking in from Tennessee tonight.
Love me some Coach Greenhaw now.
We miss Coach Greenhaw around here.
We do. His son was always.
Carson?
Yeah, he was always up and around.
Yeah, the ROTC is departing from the field. They've done their part, and that just means we're closer to football here, Bob.
Are you ready for some football? We had football on last night, Bill Hamill.
Yes, we did.
Sure did. We had, besides
was that a surprise? Was that a surprise last night? The Lions going into Kansas City?
You know, that Central Division and the NFL is going to be tough.
Well, you can't call it the Central anymore, Bob. It's the NFC North.
That's right.
I know.
I'm showing my age.
Yeah.
That's like I may call.
We grew up with the Central.
Thank you.
And actually, even when Tampa Bay was a part of the Central.
Right.
But,
and I may call Rickards, their former name, the Redskins.
Tonight, the Raiders play host to the
it's sort of like me in baseball with the Indians. They're still the Indians to me.
Welcome those who made the 3-hour trip over from Tallahassee. We're happy to have a little bit better weather than we had last year over there. Who's ready for some football?
Melania Wilson checking in. Pat Thurman checking in. Says, let's go Raiders. But that's the Rickards Raiders checking in from Tallahassee. Thanks, Pat, for checking in to the broadcast tonight. This is why we do it, for those that cannot make it to the game. So we appreciate you checking in tonight. Rickards comes out in their blue pants, white jerseys, blue numbers, and blue helmet with a Raider on the side, and I believe an R on the other.
Rickards? Yeah, we talked to some of the wonderful Rickards video personnel next to us, and they said it's probably raining tonight in Tallahassee. Of course. Of course.
And the Raiders will be coming out wearing their home black jerseys with maroon numbers outlined in white. And the black helmets with the Raider on the side. And our captains tonight, I can tell you 3 of them are going to be permanent captains for the whole year. We got to speak with them on Wednesday night at the Buffalo Wild Wings Coaches Show. Number 71, Cameron Pollard. Number 15, Joshua Wilson. Number 25, Andre Spence. And it's good to see old number 1 back there, Terrence Marshall. For Rickards, you have number 6, Jay Sean Frazier. Number 32, William Hadley Jr. Number 64, I do not have a 64 on my roster. And a number 58, which is Kenyon Garner. Those are your captains for tonight for both teams. And we're going to do a better eye of keeping an eye on the coin flip this week, Bob.
Yep. I will watch the flip.
Matt Prevett checking in, says, let's go. Let's get off to a good start tonight, Raiders. Deborah Boxer says, go, Josh. The coin toss is getting ready to be conducted. The white hat will flip the coin. It is in the air. It is now on the ground. The choice has been made. And he's talking with Rickards, telling me that they won the toss, but they deferred to the second half. So Navarre will get the ball to start the game. Terrence, we're looking for Terrence to have a big game, hopefully. Let him get that first hit under his belt and get playing football once again.
He might get that opportunity on this kickoff. My gut feeling, though, is Rickards is going to kick away from him, but Navarre's got other weapons.
He has 5 kickoff returns in his high school career. 4 last year.
For touchdowns.
Yeah. So a very dangerous weapon returning kicks for Navarre. His brother Tyrell, equally dangerous. Number 7, Nate Hansen, dangerous as well. And you got to throw Connor Black in there as well.
Yep, absolutely.
So Raiders will get the ball. They'll come out of the south end zone as they're getting ready to approach the field here from the south end. Mr. Raider carrying the NHS flag are the cheerleaders. The Navarre Raider flag and the skull and crossbones being brought out here by senior wide receiver Terrence Marshall. We're welcoming you to IrishMillSports.com, Irish Mill Sports Live on YouTube. Number 6 said, go number 6, Jay Sean Frazier from your former Pop Warner team mom, Miss Pat in Tallahassee. Thanks, Miss Pat. Like I said, Rickards will be wearing their white jerseys. They got a little bit of color on the sleeves, gold and blue. They'll be wearing the blue pants, blue helmets. We got to see this young man kick last year, Irving Menhavar. He's only yeah. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. If I'm not, please let me know. Rosalind Miller checking in. Good evening, guys. Come on, number 1 and number 5. Let's go Raiders. Thanks, Rosalind. Back deep for the Raiders. You have Tyrell Marshall here on the near side. And I believe you have Terrence on the far side. A left-footed kicker is Mr. Irving. And we are underway. The kick goes to Marshall at the 3-yard line. He's got a big hole, and he's going to take his first hit, and he takes it, and he's ready to go, folks. A return of 29 yards for Marshall, and a Raider will start from their own 32, 1st and 10.
Brought down by number 24, Antonio Giddens.
Up front, we expect to see Drew King and Jackson Spella at the tackles. Guards, senior captain Cam Pollard and Jacob Walsh, a newcomer to the O-line. The center, senior Charlie Cottrell.
The big Bubba's out there. Trips to the near side, single to the top. Feaster in the pistol. Connor Matthews to his right. Hansen goes in motion. It's going to be a quick hitter to Marshall, and he's got a nice gain over the 35, out to about the 36. A gain of 4 to Marshall, and a 2nd and 6 for the Raiders.
Just a little out pass. Well covered by Rickards. Terrence gets the extra yardage after the catch.
They're going to give him 5 on the play. 2nd and 5 for Navarre. from the 37 of their own. The handoff to Connor Matthews. He's got a nice gap over to the right, out of bounds on the far sideline. And a Raider first down out to the 45, a gain of 8.
Going over to that near side, Jackson Spella.
Walker.
B.B. Brown, believe was the tight end out there. Good blocks, also from Terrence Marshall.
Ball at the 45-yard line, 1st and 10.
Helton replaces Marshall. Twins to the near side. 2 H-backs. Matthews to the right. It's going to be a handoff to Matthews off left tackle. He's going to get out near the 50, but about a yard short. Give him 4 yards. A score here just underway here at Bennett C. Russell Stadium. Feaster back to pass. He overthrows his intended receiver here on the near sideline. That was Tyrell Marshall. They'll bring up
safety help for Rickards. Now they come out with 2 safeties. Possible single coverage here on defense.
Feaster back to pass. He's going to get rushed up to the pocket. He's going to have a lot of yards to run. Inside the 25, 20. And he's still on his feet, and he gets down to the 1-yard line.
Nice.
A gain of 50 for Feaster on 3rd and 6, and a Raider 1st and goal.
First down, Raiders.
Nice decision. Good block out there.
That's your quarterback, number 11, Hunter Feaster, on the 49-yard scamper. First down, Raiders.
I believe Andre Spence was in there as a blocking back. He had a nice block downfield.
They're going to spot it at the 2. A gain of 49 for Feaster. And in for the touchdown is Connor Matthews, and the Raiders on the board. Matthews scores from 2 yards out, and the Navarre Raiders are on the board first.
Nice drive. I like it. Mixed up run and pass. Good blocking up front by the Big Bubbas.
Matthews with the touchdown. Daniel in for the extra point. It is up. And there is I don't think they blew the whistle.
Penalty marker on the play.
No, I don't think there was a penalty. I think there was just the whistle was not blown.
There's a penalty flag on the ground. Yes, there is.
There was.
Illegal substitution on the defense is declined. Reset the clock. Retry.
Tyler Daniel trying to remain perfect on the season. 4 for 4 extra points, 3 for 3 field goals. I know usually when you say that, but I don't believe in that with Tyler. And he's true, and it's through. 7-0 Navarre.
And the kick is good. Tyler Daniel gives the Raiders a 7-0 lead.
Nice opening drive for Navarre.
Absolutely.
You know what? Back to that long play on the run by Feaster.
Platinum sponsors for the 2023 football season.
The ends kind of collapsed. The defensive ends kind of collapsed, and that left a huge hole over on the left side. So the Big Bubbas did their job, and Feaster found that hole that they could have drove a Mack truck through.
And a nice stiff arm down there at about the 10-yard line. Got him some extra yardage.
So the Raiders get on the board at the 9:43 mark. A 2-yard run by Matthews.
Jayshawn Frazier.
Frazier is their threat.
His 3rd rushing touchdown of the season.
Now back, number 3, Camarion Battles.
See if Navarre goes for an angle kick for coverage. Keep it away from the speedy running back.
It's an end over end kick that's going to come down at the 9. Nice cut to the outside. Nice return over right to the 30-yard line. A return of 21 before he's forced out of bounds.
Number 3, Battles on the return. Right out of bounds, number 35, Mason Baker.
battles on the return.
Over 1st and 10.
At
Right at the 30-yard line.
the coaches show, Buffalo Wild Wings, we heard from the players. You asked them what was the locker room like. They were mad. They were disappointed. Let's see how the defense comes out. The offense puts 7 on the board, Bill.
So we got number 10 out there. Benjamin Henry is the starting quarterback.
Quarterback number 10, Benjamin Henry.
For Rickards, 1st and 10. Bad snap. And he's just going to go down. It's going to lose all the way back to the 9-yard line, a loss of 21.
5-yard line.
Yep.
Kind of an auspicious start here for Rickards.
Josh Wilson was there to make sure he didn't go anywhere. Loss on the play brings up 2nd down.
And 31. 2nd and 31 for Rickards. Back to their own 9-yard line. 9 minutes on the clock. 7-0 Navarre.
Navarre coming out on their 3-4.
Quick hit to the near side. Tries to cut back. Not much there as the middle of the Raiders secondary comes to make the tackle.
Brought down number 15, Josh Wilson.
That was number 2 on the catch, Sailor. Hello, Sailor.
Hello, Sailor.
3rd down and 26 from about the 14-yard line. It's 3rd down.
They're going to give him 3 yards on that. Actually, out to the 13, give him 4. 3rd and 26.
Jet sweep.
He's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Out to the 30, so he's going to pick up 17.
Number 6, Deshaun Frazier on the
Frazier
carry.
on the carry.
By number 5, Tyrell Marshall.
It's going to be a gain of 16 for Frazier, but it'll bring up 4th and 10.
Jet sweep. We may see that again.
Connor Black, number 2, back for the Raiders.
Can't see who the punter's back there to the numbers yet. 4th and call 11. And they're going to block it. The Raiders block the punt. And they're going to have the ball. 1st and goal at the 1. Spence with the block. Villanova with the recovery.
Vinny Villanova, number 3 on the fumble recovery.
Spence with the block. 1st and goal for Navarre at the Rickards 1-yard line.
Nice job by special teams. Nice job by the defense.
And that's going to be a 1st and goal for the Raiders.
Take advantage of the turnover here. We blocked one last year, Bill.
It's going to be a handoff to Matthews, and he's going to get in from 1 yard out. His 2nd touchdown of the night, and the Raiders quickly jump up 13-0. They take the shortest of fields, 1 yard drive, 1 play. Matthews in with his 2nd touchdown of the evening at the 7:16 mark. And the Raiders are up 13-0 pending the extra point. Daniel's kick is up, and it is good. 14-0 Navarre.
Daniel's kick is up and good. Your score with 7:16 left in the first quarter. Navarre Raiders 14, Rickards Raiders 0.
The Raiders got off to a quick start last year against Rickards as well, at the benefit of one Jaden Reese. 2 first-half touchdowns and a defensive touchdown right at the end of the first half by Dwayne Clark Jr.
Right.
And they just rode that into the second half in a 37-6 win.
Emerald Coast Lawns, full circle therapy.
You were driving home with your left arm because your right arm had held up the umbrella the whole game.
I felt like Popeye. I just needed my spinach.
Oh,
Ollie, it's good.
That was quite a trip.
Yeah, it was. And we had to turn on some music because we were both tired, and we sang oldies all the way home. I know. Daniel with a kick right down the middle of actually near the left hash mark, and that is returnable. And a big return out over the 40, out to the 42 by Tyson Saylor. Connor Black with the special teams tackle to keep him from going all the way.
Continuing silver level sponsor of Hurlburt Stosh's Club.
Yeah, I mean,
Mr. Joe Cooper.
The defense has a lead. Yes. Don't forget what happened in Crestview. They were down
15-0
in the first half and came roaring back and beat a very good Crestview team.
First and 10, Rickards Raiders at the 42-yard line.
Twins to the far side, signal to the near side. Two backs line up behind your quarterback, Mr. Henry. And it's going to go to the back from the right position. A nice gain out over the 45, out to about the 47. So give him 5 on the carry.
Carlisle Mercer.
Carlis Mercer with the 5-yard gain. 2nd and 5, Rickards.
Gain of 4 brings up 2nd down and 6.
They'll give him 4. Call it 2nd and 6 from the 46. The initial spot was at the 47. They move it back a yard. Another,
bad snap.
Mr. Opportunity breaks a couple of tackles. Wow, that could have been a bad start. The official went down.
Number 3, Camarion Battle.
And there's a Rickards player down as well. He kind of got caught in the scrum there, Bob.
Sure did. I've been there before.
But that's Johnny on the spot is one Camarion Battles, and he takes it all the way down to the Raider 30. A gain of 24 and a Rickards first down. Their first down of this evening. And we have a timeout right here with 6:26. I think they're taking the water break right now. Either that or they're taking an official timeout. But your score is 14-0 Navarre. They take the opening drive and go 68 yards. Finished off with a 2-yard jaunt by Connor Matthews.
Let's hear from that official. Back in his feet.
Mr. Official's back up. He kind of got in the scrum there, went down.
We're glad to see that he's back up on his feet.
And you as an official, did that ever happen to you?
Almost, yeah, a lot.
A lot. Was a Rickards Raiders first down.
They don't put tall people in the middle.
First and 10.
I was put in to be an umpire in a game, and both teams were throwing slants. I decided to try, instead of being 6'3", trying to be 5'3", because they were zipping them right over my head. Running backs, quarterbacks, they'll use the umpire.
Henry in the pistol. Battles behind him to the right. 1st and 10 Rickards at the Raider 30. That's the Navarre Raider 30.
Going to go with 4 officials. And that umpire is favoring his knee.
So we'll have 1st and 10 with 6:26 on the clock here in the first quarter. 14-0 Navarre up quickly. 2 Connor Matthew touchdown runs. And we stand 14-0. 1st and 10 Rickards at the Navarre 30-yard line as we get back to play. Hand off to Battles. A nice pursuit there by Andre Spence after a gain of 3.
That was Camarion Battles brought down by number 25, Andre Spence.
Got to talk with that young man on Wednesday night. Soft-spoken young man. Wants to get into coding for video games. That's a great way to go right now.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be 2nd and 7 for Rickards at the Navarre Raiders 27. It's going to be Henry. He tried to hand it off to Battle, and they kind of had miscommunication in the backfield. Josh Wilson and Andre Spence with the sack. Back to the 35, a loss of 8.
Navarre thought they had the football.
It's third down.
I don't know who they're going to give that sack to. It could be either Wilson, could be Spence.
Or a half sack.
Or a half sack for each. So it's 3rd and 14 for Rickards from the Navarre Raider 35. Henry back to pass. He's going to roll out to his right. And good coverage there in the secondary by Marquez White. It's going to bring up 4th and 14.
Yeah, you spotted him and talked about him all this week, how well Marquez has been doing back there in the defensive secondary, Bill. I'm not sure anybody could have caught that pass, but Navarre will take it. Rickards had a drive going.
And they're bringing the punting unit. Hopefully they will have a little bit more success than they did on the previous one.
If they punt it.
If they punt. Good.
He's looking over to the sidelines.
14-0, Navarre on top. LaMarcus. He gets this one away. It's going to be inside the 10. It's going to take a Navarre bounce, and it's going to come to rest right at the 1-yard line. So a beautiful punt there by Chris Turner. And the Raiders are going to be deep in their own end zone. So now in this game, in the first quarter, they have been at the other team's 1 to start a possession. Now they're at their own 1 to start this possession.
But the important thing is they have the ball, and Rickards, if you're a Raider fan, did not score.
4:15 on the clock.
Finishing up with our maroon level sponsors for football: Alaska Bean Coffee Company, Balco LLC, Blue Haven Pools, Hampton Inn of Navarre, Father and Son Lawn Care.
And I think we finally went to the water break.
We did.
At the 4:15 mark.
H2O to you.
Classic Engraving and Yard Love of Emerald Coast. Thank you.
Some good quality H2O.
Good quality H2O. Nobody's spitting in your water.
I hope not. So 1st and 10 for the Raiders from their own 1. So Feaster and Connor Matthews will both be, actually most of the Raider team will be inside. The only one really outside the goal line is the center. So 1st and 10 as the Raiders are deep in their own end of the field. It's going to be a quick handoff. Actually, Feaster keeps it himself. Gets nice yards out over the 10. It looks like he's got enough for a first down.
Feaster, number 11 on the carry.
With Matthews' success, that RPO
first down
is there.
And that gets the Raiders off their own doorstep. 1st and 10, the Raiders from their.
49 for the Rickards Raiders, Jalen Wiggins on the top.
They're going to spot it at the 12, so give him 11 yards on that one.
At the 12-yard line.
And a Raider first down from their own 12. Feaster back to pass. He hits Marshall to the far side, breaks one tackle, close to another first down.
The far side to number 1.
That safety saved a touchdown, Bill, I do believe.
Marshall's second catch of the night. That looks like it's going to be a gain of 9.
Miles Dugan on the tackle. Going to bring up 2nd down and 1 for your Raiders.
I think Feaster's happy to have Terrence back.
Well, they've always had a good connection. But it also opens the field up for other receivers.
2nd and 1 for the Raiders. 2:58 on the clock. 14-0 Navarre. The handoff to Matthews, and he has enough for a Raider first down. That's a Navarre Raider first down out to the 25. It's going to be a gain of 4 for Matthews and a Raider first down.
Brought down by number 79 for Rickards. That results in a Navarre Raider first down.
So 1st and 10 at the Raider 25.
First and 10, ball at the 25-yard line.
Raiders taking full advantage of this first quarter. 14-0 lead here. The handoff to Matthews off the right side. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard gain. Bring up second and 9.
Side, tackled by number 23, Tyreek Walker.
Tyreek Walker on the tackle for Rickards.
They're on the right hash. Let's see if this sets up a fly pattern here to
second down and 8, ball at the 27.
Wide receiver. Nate Hansen in the game had the slot.
Feaster back to pass. He's got a receiver downfield. And, goes right through the hands of Terrence Marshall. They'll bring up third and, let's call it 3rd and 9.
Terrence Marshall, incomplete.
Pretty pass.
Now is the time that you got them thinking Terrence Marshall, and they're going to load up that side. Now is the time to go to the other side with Tyrell or Nate Hansen.
Well, they did single coverage. You heard Coach Walls at the coaches show. They have a lot of speed in the secondary.
3rd and 8 for Navarre. Feaster going to roll out to his right. They're going to throw back. And we have a big gain on a screen pass to the tight end. I believe that is the tight end. That's B.B. Brown.
Complete on the far side, number 87, B.B. Brown.
And it's going to be moved into Rickards territory down to the 45.
First down.
Gain of 21 to B.B. Brown.
Ball in Rickards territory at the 45-yard line.
Another first down for Navarre. 1st and 10 at the Rickards 45. 35 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. Navarre 14 and Rickards 0. It's going to be handoff to Matthews. A little slow getting going, but he has a nice gain on first down to the Rickards 39. That might be the last play of the first quarter, Bob, as we're winding down.
Nice job by
10.
Hunter Feaster. Low snap, and those trap plays are timing plays.
That will be the last play of the opening quarter. Navarre 14, Rickards 0. We'll be back after this break and a word from our sponsors.
Craig Culver of Culver's.
Before farm to table, before field to fork, there was just good, wholesome food. Grown by America's farm families, prepared fresh at Culver's, and always served with a smile. We still cook every Butterburger to order using fresh 100% Midwest beef and craft our frozen custard right in the restaurant using family farm fresh dairy. So thank you, farmers. Welcome to Delicious.
All Dry is 100% veteran-owned and operated. They have a proven process that guarantees customer satisfaction along with job completion to industry standards. In addition to water and mold remediation, they hold certifications in fire and smoke odor control cleanup, trauma, crime scene, and biohazard cleanup. If you're in the Gulf Coast region, including areas in Florida, Alabama, and Mississippi, you can rely on All Dry 24/7, 365. And you can find them on the World Wide Web at www.myalldry.com/Gulf Coast region.
First, actually going to have a 2nd and 4 as we start the second quarter. Navarre up 14-0. 2 rushing touchdowns by Connor Matthews. A block pump by Andre Spence, recovered by Vinny Villanova.
Backside a break.
2nd and a long 4 for Navarre as we get ready to start the second quarter. As they're going north to south in this quarter. Twin receivers to both sides. Feaster back to pass. He's got a receiver downfield, and Hanson's going to roll it in for a Raider score from 39 yards out.
Number 7, Nate Hanson.
Beautiful pass.
Hanson got behind the corner, and the ball was laid up perfectly by Hunter Feaster, and the Raiders are up 20-0.
Feaster to Hanson, touchdown.
39-yard on the completion. That one comes at the 11:31 mark. Daniel in for the extra point.
He's been getting his extra kicks in.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah. Now, will Coach decline the penalty? Yes, he did.
Offside defense.
Good to see the umpire back in the game, Bill. They got injured.
So the extra point will be attempted again. The kick is up, and it is through. 21-0 Navarre.
Your score with 11:31 left in the first.
So the Raiders take the ball, 99-yard drive to put up their third score. So they've had the longest of drives that you can have in a game, and they've had the shortest amount of drive that you can have in a game.
Absolutely.
21-0 Navarre. And Feaster so far 4 of 6 for 74 yards and 2 carries for 60 yards.
Camarian battles to receive the kick from
His throws have been
Tyler
much
Daniel.
better. The best we've seen this year, Bill, I think.
$21-0 Navarre. 11:31 to go in the second quarter.
I'd scrib that sucker right down the middle. Or do a sky kick. Angle kick, even better.
Down to the 3-yard line. It's going to be returned by Battles. Great coverage by the Raider special teams down inside the 15 at the 14.
When you kick it in, when you do an angle kick
Camarian battles on the return, brought down by number 56.
to one side of the field, of course, you set up your
Rickards Raiders set up first
coverage
and 10
team
at the 14-yard
to
line.
go that way.
Shout out to the guys on the cannon, the crew on the cannon tonight, the ROTC cadets. Ensign Caleb McKinnon,
So first and 10 at Rickards from their own 14.
Cadet Chief Petty Officer
11-yard
Evan
return by Camarian Battles.
Cadet Chief Petty Officer Evan
Henry brings the offense back out onto the field.
Petty Officer Michael Power and Cadet Petty Officer
Twins to the near side, single to the far side.
Thank you for operating the cannon. A lot of work tonight.
A handoff to Battles. He's got a nice hole. He's got a big gain, and he's going to – what a nice cut, but I think it's coming back. He may take it to the house, but it's coming back.
Legal block in the back.
He's going to get it all the way and down to the Raider 5, but there is a flag back at the 16-yard line.
Camarian battles on the carry, but
So all for naught, Bob.
penalty flag on the play.
Checking in tonight, our good friends Mike and Ursula Householder. Checking in, says go Bill, Bob, and Riley on the camera. Mike is now retired, recovering well. Good to hear.
He retired from, thank you, Mike. I read your post on Facebook. Boy, what an inspiration. Fighter pilot, civil service.
Thank you for your service, Mike, and all that you did for this great country of ours.
Will negate that long game and bring the ball all the way back.
So the penalty occurred, it looks like at about the
right where he turned the corner.
The ROTC junior cadets are also operating the air horn tonight.
So right at about the
Especially
16-yard
the
line.
coaches down there.
So they're going to mark it half the distance,
Thank you
go
to
back
guys
to
doing
the
air horn
8.
and the crew doing the cannon.
That's the first
We appreciate it.
penalty marked off in this game here.
Tyrell Marshall limped off the field, Bill, on that play. Andre Spence also on the sideline.
Logan Hand had that special teams tackle on the kickoff to get that out there.
Yep.
He's going to hand off.
Whoa.
All the way back inside the 5, down to the 2. Shooting a gap there.
Almost a safety.
Carlisle Mercer tackled for loss by number 64, E.Z. Gascon.
That's going to be a loss all the way back to the 2, a loss of 6. The Navarre Raiders are playing inspired tonight, Bob.
They are. They really are. But you saw a glimpse of their speed when their running back hit the secondary.
The big hole up the middle. Mercer with the carry out over the 5, out to the 7.
Vinny.
So he gets 5 yards back. So bring up third and 11. Vinny Villanova with the tackle.
Kind of rolls off your tongue, doesn't it?
It does. I've been practicing.
Yeah.
I've had a little trouble. Called him Vinny Valentino. It's Vinny Villanova, number 3, or Vinny T.
As long as you call him for dinner.
That's right. Back to pass is Henry. It's a screen pass.
Partially blocked.
But it's right back to the – actually going to give him a yard on the play. And that was Battle on the reception.
Battles brought down by number 3, Vinny Villanova.
Villanova with the tackle. That's going to be 4th and long for the Rickards Raiders.
You know, the other night I was afraid to get anywhere near those defensive players for Navarre. They were munching on wings, and I was afraid to get my hands anywhere near there.
Update from Pensacola High. First quarter, Pine Forest 33. Pensacola High nothing. First quarter. Good snap this time. He gets it away. Good punt. Out to about the 39-yard line. Connor Black, actually Nate Hansen on the return. Back into Rickards territory, down inside the 30, the 25, and down to the 23. A return of 16 for Hansen on the punt.
Very nice job watching the ball in.
Number 23, Tyreek Walker.
Tyreek Walker calling his name quite a bit for Rickards. Raiders got great field position and a short field at the Rickards 23-yard line. 9:01 on the clock and a 21-0 Navarre lead here in the second quarter. Connor Matthews' grandparents on vacation and watching from Maine. Go get them, Raiders. Feaster back to pass.
A lot of pushing and shoving.
A little pushing. There's going to come the flag from the line, from the line judge. I think they're going to get him for holding.
Penalty markers on the field, multiple.
There's one in the backfield, and then there's one.
Be offsetting. Could be holding Navarre Raiders. Pass interference, Rickards Raiders.
We'll find out here in a second from Mr. Whitehat. Pass interference against Rickards. Holding against Navarre. Offsetting penalties. Play the down over.
Offsetting, repeat the play.
1st and 10, Navarre at the Rickards 23-yard line. 8:53 on the clock. And Navarre, the home team, with a 21-0 lead here in the second quarter. Twins to the far side. Terrence Marshall to the near side. It's going to be a quick hitter to Marshall. He's going to stay on his feet inside the 15, all the way down to the 11-yard line.
10-yard line. Make sure as you head over to the concession
Let's see where they spot the ball at. Looks like it's right at the 11, so give him 12 yards on the reception and a Raider first down.
First down, Raiders.
Sixth first down of the night for Navarre. Matthews splits right, heading towards the end zone for his third time. And from 11 yards out, the Raiders, Big Bubbas, are getting it done tonight, Bob.
Absolutely. Off tackle play. They've been hammering that left side of Rickards' defense. Bill, I did not expect this. Did I expect Navarre to play well? Yes. So far, it's been all Navarre. Rickards is a quality team. After last year's loss, they caught fire, Bill.
Made the playoffs. Choctaw 28, Crestview 6 in the first half. Daniel's kick is up and good, and the Raiders are up 28-0 with 8:39 to go in the second quarter.
28. Rickards, Raiders 0. Check out the concession stand at halftime. Your Navarre Raider marching band will be performing at halftime.
Yeah, I got a question, Bob. It's something that always strikes me. Teams that come from the east, they lose an hour. Would you not come earlier to get accustomed? I know it's only an hour time change, but wouldn't you come earlier in the day, sit down and relax, go over your walkthrough and everything, or would you show up 2 hours before kickoff?
Well, they said they left at noon Tallahassee time, which would have been 11 our time. So
maybe they got here earlier than when they showed up.
Exactly.
Okay. I was just wondering about that. That kick's going to go down to the 5-yard line. It's picked up by Battles. He's going to sprint to the far side.
Fumble!
But unfortunately, he loses contact with the ball. And everything going right for Navarre. I would not be surprised if they came up with this one. They're umpiling. It's going to be Rickards on the recovery. Battles gets his own fumble back. After a 12-yard return, a big hit there by the Raiders' special teams.
Rickards maintains possession. 1st and 10 in their own territory.
So they will take over from their own. It looks like about the 15-yard line. 8:28 on the clock.
Rickards will get the second half kickoff.
Thanks, Sammy, for the update on the Choctaw game. 28-6. Choctaw over Crestview. Deborah checking in, saying offense and defense are both performing great tonight. So far, so good, Deborah. 1st and 10. Raiders are going to send a 5 wide receiver set. 3 to the top of the screen. Twins to the bottom. They're going to throw a quick out. And it's going to be a nice gain out over the 20, out to about the 22.
Number 6, Deshaun Frazier.
It's going to be a gain of 7 to Frazier.
Darius Cunningham.
Henry so far is 3 of 4 passing, but only for 12 yards. The majority of it right there on that play. 2nd and Henry's going to keep it himself, and he has a first down and more out over the 30, out to about the 35-yard line.
Number 10, Benjamin Henry on the quarterback keep.
A gain of 12 for Henry and a Raiders first down. Marquez White on the tackle.
First down for the Rickards Raiders.
Yeah, a little RPO there. Quarterback kept the ball. Good blocking by the wide receivers.
1st and 10 Rickards from their own 35, 7:40 on the clock. Here in the second quarter, Henry's going to roll back. Tries to find one of his receivers on the far sideline. Incomplete. Bring up 2nd and 10.
Second quarter score, Fort Walton leading Rutherford 28-12. Sneeds leading Graceville in the second quarter 19-0. And Holmes County at the half leading Chipley 24-8.
Shelby Casey checking in, and Mosley at the half 55-0 over Arnold.
Oh, boy.
Henry back to pass. He's feeling pressure, and he is going to go down on the sack. Looked like Logan Hand. Logan Hand with the sack all the way back to the 28. It's going to be a loss of 7 on the sack by Hand. Second sack by Navarre tonight.
Wonder if he's on the good hands team on kickoffs.
It's 3rd down.
3rd and long. I'm not even going to respond to that one, Bob.
Okay.
Because you probably figured that one out.
Yes.
Henry rolls out to his right. He's got a receiver. He's going to be, I got a lot, but it looks like he's going to be about 2 yards short.
Pass complete on the far side to number 6.
15-yard gain to Frazier. It's going to bring up 4th and 2.
Number 15, Josh Wilson.
Keeping the offense on the field.
It's 4th down.
Empty back. Look for a quarterback run here, Bill.
4th and 1. Five receiver set for the Rickards Raiders. 3 to the far side, 2 to the near side. Henry's going to take it himself, and he's got a first down and a little bit more into Raider territory. That's Navarre Raider territory down to the 48. And a first down, Rickards high.
On the quarterback keeper. First down for the Rickards Raiders inside Navarre Raiders territory.
So that's going to be a gain of about 8.
At about the 48-yard line.
And another Rickards first down.
Catholic leading Fairhope, Bill, 14-0 at the half.
Henry with the quick hitter to the far side. Still on his feet. Still on his feet. Gets a first down inside the 40, down all the way down to the 34.
Pass complete on the far side.
And that one goes to Xavion Jackson.
Move the chains again for the Rickards.
It's a gain of 12 to Jackson and another first down for Rickards.
All inside Raider territory at about the 35-yard line.
First and 10 Rickards at the Raider 35.
Wide receiver screen again.
And he's breaking tackles into the Raiders.
Navarre needed to wrap up, trying to go for the arm tackles or the strip. Nice drive by Rickards.
And that one comes at the 5:52 mark. Navarre with the extra point.
On the kick. Kick is no good.
Hit the upright.
So with 5:52
the left upright.
First half.
That's a doink.
Score, the Navarre Raiders 28. The Rickards Raiders 6.
So the kick is no good. So 28-6, Navarre on top of Rickards with 5:52 to go here in the opening half.
Update some other scores. Second quarter, Pine Forest 40-0. Halftime, Mosley 55-0.
For those who have relatives far away that want to watch this game,
Mariana leading.
Tell them to go on IrishBillSports.com or go to YouTube at Irish Bill Sports Live.
I love it.
They can watch the game.
Maybe we can get Vinny up here at halftime to talk for a little bit.
Mariana leading Bluntstown 21-6. Second quarter.
Mariana off to a 2-0 start.
The Bulldogs and the Tigers.
In a real battle, we know who would win, but this is not a real dog fight or a real animal fight. So,
would they dare go on onside here, Bill?
Navarre puts toe on leather. He's got a good foot on him. That one's going to be inside the 5, all the way back to the 2. Looks like Nate Hansen on the return, and he's still on his feet. He's got a blocker in front of him. Nate Hansen returns inside Rickards territory.
Number 7, Nate Hansen,
all the way down.
Of about 60 yards.
Let's see where they're going to spot the ball.
Raiders.
They're going to spot the ball at the 34. 64-yard kickoff return for Nate Hansen.
Navarre may have gotten away with a block in the back.
Please report to the press box. Sharon Darby, please report to the press box.
Is this the coming out party for Nate Hansen?
It looks like it. A 16-yard kickoff return, or a punt return, a 64-yard kickoff return, and a 39-yard touchdown reception.
That Hansen return sets up the Raiders in Rickards territory.
So the Raiders will have great
line,
field position starting in the Rickards end once again for the third time in the first half.
Sharon, Charon, Darby, please come to the press
Tyler
box.
Daniels, grandparents, checking in from southern New Jersey. Great game, Raiders. Thank you for checking in to IrishBillSports.com and on YouTube at Irish Bill Sports Live.
All over the Northeast, Bill.
And if you're in the Navarre area and you're not at the game, you can go into Buffalo Wild Wings, watch the game on the big screen, or you can go over to Culver's and check it on their TVs as well.
They got good food there.
Got good food both places there.
Oh, man.
1st and 10, Navarre. It's going to be a jet sweep to Terrence. And he's going to lose yards back to the 37. A loss of 4 on the jet sweep to looked like Terrence Marshall.
Brought down by number 4, Douglas Jones.
Going to be a loss of 4.
Loss on the play is going to bring up 2nd down and 14.
So Raiders put the ball back to the 37, 5:10 on the clock, 28-6 Navarre here in the second quarter. Twins to the near side. B.B. Brown in at the tight end position. It's going to be a keeper by Feaster, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe gain 1.
Hunter Feaster on the quarterback keeper, brought down by number 49.
Little extracurricular activity after the play, but Mr. White Hat says play on.
It was a gain in the play.
Give Feaster 1 yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 13. So we could have a little bit of a momentum shift here.
Possibly, yep.
But the Raiders will have a 3rd and long, a 3rd and 13. Actually, they're not going to give him any gain on that, so 3rd and 14. Feaster back to pass. He's got a receiver downfield. And nice coverage there in the secondary.
Hunter Feaster's pass intended for number 1, Terrence Marshall.
Nice coverage in the secondary by the Rickards Raiders defense.
Yeah, secondary help came over late, but Marshall had his hands on it.
Roy Andrews with a nice defensive play. The Raiders going to go for it on 4th down. Fourth and 14. And I'm not sure if they're trying to draw them off to get a little bit closer. But it looks like they are going to run. They got plenty of time on the play clock. They are going to run a play.
Connor Matthews
still on his feet.
Connor Matthews on the
He's going to get down to the 30. A gain of 7 for Matthews. You weren't going to gain much on a punt there, Bob, so not a bad idea. Get as much as you can here.
Well, I think Rickards was expecting a pass.
Looking for a Charin Darby. Charin Darby. Please come by the press box.
Matthews with 45 yards and 3 touchdowns in the first half. All rushing, 28-6 Navarre, 3:58 on the clock. But Rickards has a little momentum on that side after they stop the Raiders deep in their own end.
Going with that spread.
Actually, they got 6 receivers out there as they split the back out of the backfield. And we're going to have timeout. Rickards. And we'll take a timeout with them with 3:58 on the clock here in the second quarter. Navarre 28, Rickards 6 on IrishBillSports.com. We'll be back after this quick commercial break.
Thinking about selling your property? Call Ursula Householder of Coldwell Banker Realty in Navarre now. The consultation is free, and Ursula uses the best tools the industry has to offer. Her years as a top producer, relocation specialist, and Florida military market specialist will help you get the desired result. If you are buying, Ursula's experience will help you make an informed decision to find the right home for you. And if you mention this advertisement, Ursula will donate $100 to the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club when the deal closes. To find out if you qualify for any of the military rewards, call or text 850-642-5711 or email ursula.householder@cbrealty.com or go to urhouseholderhomes.com. That's urhouseholderhomes.com. Go Raiders!
First and 10 for the Rickards Raiders at their own 29-yard line. They're going to throw a quick out to
incomplete.
Battles. It's going to be incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Pass intended for number 3. Battles incomplete.
They went with 6 wide receivers in that set there, Bob.
Right. You got to be careful. Got to make sure you got enough on the line. Smart enough to not cover anybody up.
Ball at the 29-yard line brings up 2nd down.
Let's go into a little bit of 7-on-7 football action here.
No kidding.
And Henry back to pass. It's going to be almost intercepted back there by, I think that was Darius Cunningham.
That's incomplete, broken up. By number 8, Darius Cunningham. It's 3rd down.
Rickards trails 28-6 with 3:46 to go here in the second quarter. But their defense had a big defensive stand, stopping the Raiders on 4 straight plays. Trips to the far side, twins to the near side. 3rd and 10.
Jet sweep.
Jet sweep to the far side.
Block
and we're going to have a block in the back on the far side. He does have enough for the first down, but it should be coming back.
That's what sprung him out to the right side, the wide receiver.
Number 6, Deshaun Frazier on the carry, brought down by number 56, Logan Hand. Penalty flag on the play.
That's the 2nd or 3rd big one penalty for Rickards. That's
both of them coming on big plays as well.
Yeah.
Coach Wall's sister and brother-in-law watching in South Portland, Maine, where it's greater to be a Raider.
It is.
Even in Maine.
Even in Maine.
Holding penalty on Rickards.
It's going to be 3rd and 20
3rd down and
for
1.
Rickards. Twins the near side. They're going to bring the receivers tight on the far side. Low back to the left of Henry is Battles.
Blitzing.
He's going to need to get rid of it. He's just going to get forced out of bounds.
Good
That's going to be a sack.
Good pursuit.
All the way back to the 15. Hand with another sack.
It's going to bring up 4th down, 4th and long.
Now he's had his hand in 2 out of the 3 sacks.
Mm-hmm.
See, turnabout's fair play, Bob.
If you say so.
3rd sack on the night for Navarre.
He's been playing. He's a sophomore. He's been playing because Andre Spence has been out. Can't tell. But, boy, that sophomore can run.
Chose the right gap, but he got back there quick. It's going to take a nice Rickards bounce into Navarre territory down all the way to the 44-yard line. Way to get that kick out of there.
With 3 minutes and 11 seconds left.
Wilson about had a block on that, but the Raiders going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 44 with a 28-6 lead here with 3:11 to go in the first half. We're back at the comfy confines of Bennett C. Russell Stadium.
Comfy. Cool.
It's cooling off a little bit.
Cooling off.
Love it when that sun goes down.
You know, last week at Pine Forest, you know, we certainly appreciate the accommodations, but it was hot in that press box, Bill.
1st and 10, Navarre from their 44. 3:11 on the clock here in the second. It's going to be a handoff to Matthews up the middle, still on his feet. Rumbling, stumbling, and into Rickards territory, down to the 41. A gain of, they're going to spot the ball right at the 40. So that's going to be a 16-yard gain for Matthews and our Navarre Raider first down. Their 7th first down of the ball game.
Tackle made by Roy Andrews, number 28. 1st and 10 Raiders at the 41-yard.
Good blocking up front by the big Bubbas. Open to hole.
Trips to the near side. Terrence Marshall, the single receiver to the left. Hanson goes in motion. They're going to throw it to Marshall. And he's sprinting down the left sideline. And he may be into the end zone.
That's Feaster to Terrence Marshall.
And that's a 40-yard touchdown pass to Terrence Marshall. And the Raiders are on the board once again. That of the Navarre variety.
Nice job knowing that Rickards will receive the second half kickoff. Nice throw.
So they bring Hansen in motion from right to left out there as a blocker in front of Marshall, and not that Terrence needed, but it was a nice block over there on the far side by Nate Hansen.
Yep.
And Ascor comes out to 2:26. Mark, that kick is up. And Daniel remains perfect on the season.
On the board. Your Raiders 35, Rickards 6, 225, 226 left at halftime.
Marshall with his first touchdown of the season in his first ball game.
For those who have visited the Irish Bill Sports Channel, Wednesday nights from Buffalo Wild Wings, we do a coaches show with Coach Jay Walls. We had some players on this week. Check it out Wednesday nights in person at Buffalo Wild Wings or irishbillsports.com to check out Bill Hamill, Bob Grant, and the crew with the Navarre Raiders coaches Wednesday nights, 8 o'clock.
Always nice to get in a plug from Paul down below us. We're not saying way down, just below us from the roof. Daniel puts toe on leather, 35-6 Navarre. Kick down to the 8, actually down to the 13. Returned by Battle. Nice coverage by the Raiders special teams as it returns it out to the 25 for a return of 12 yards.
On the stop for the Raiders on that special teams play. Rickards sets up 1st and 10 in their own territory at the 25.
Five kickoffs, 5 extra points for Daniel. He's getting his kicks in. He's getting his kicks.
On Route
66.
Actually off of Highway 87.
Yeah, that too. High School Boulevard. Down on the boulevard.
This series with Rickards, do you see this continuing? This is the back end of the home and home because they're not in our district.
No. And they're a class, I believe there comes a flag come flying in from the secondary. That was a good throw by the official.
Antonio Giddens brought down by
could be a face mask on Navarre.
Penalty marker on the play.
Nope.
Gideon was on the carry, but I think it's going to be a holding against Rickard, moving back to the 15.
Okay.
Third penalty of the first half on Rickards for 28 yards. All the holding variety.
Hold the phone.
1st and 20. The handoff to Mercer off right tackle. Still on his feet. Breaks one tackle. Gets out to about the 20, let's call it the
number 11, Carlisle Mercer.
20-yard line. A gain of 5. He gets 5 of those 10 yards lost back.
Hit in the backfield.
16, Bryce Moore.
Bryce Moore on the tackle there.
On the far side, 2nd down and 20.
So it's going to be 2nd and 15 for Rickards at their own 20 with 1:30 on the clock here in the second quarter. Henry back to pass, and he throws behind his intended receiver, which was Chris Turner. And it's going to bring up 3rd and 15.
He had to. He had one Navarre Raider in his face, and that was Vinny Villanova.
There you go.
Billy.
Choctaw 28, Crestview 14, so Crestview got back on the board.
Yep.
3rd and 15 for the Rickards Raiders from their own 20-yard line with 1:25 to go here in the opening half. Henry has time to throw. He's got a receiver downfield, and it's almost intercepted by Cunningham once again off his fingertips, and we'll have a punting situation coming up.
Deshaun Frazier, incomplete. That brings up 4th down.
So Rickards kind of having to abandon the running game because they're trailing by four scores right now, Bob.
Yeah, I mean, and they've had some success. The touchdown pass was basically a bubble screen, and he turned it into a long touchdown.
Received the kick. Number 14, Chris Turner.
Nate Hansen, or Connor Block, I think, is back. A line drive punt. It is Hansen. Nice hands at the 43. And he's going to go down after a 3-yard return out to the 46-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10. Number 12 for the Rickards Raiders, Taryn Ederly on the stop on that special teams play.
So
1 minute, 8 seconds left in the first half.
So Hansen getting the majority of the returns in this game tonight.
Well, I mean, give Connor Black a rest. First 2 ball games.
Raiders offense comes out, that of the Navarre variety. They're from their own 46, 1:08 on the clock, and a 35-6 lead here in the second quarter. Feaster back to pass. Out here on the far sideline, a 12-yard gain as Marshall gets out of bounds.
Pass complete to number 1, Terrence Marshall. Moves the chains. Raider first down.
Drives his receiver off the ball, or his defender off the ball. Good catch. First down.
Feaster's going to take off and run. He's going to gain about a yard, bring up 2nd and 9.
Out past the line of scrimmage. Clock runs with 45 seconds left.
His protection kind of broke down there, and he mustered all that he could get, Bob.
Yep.
2nd and 9 for Navarre at the Rickards 41. Feaster back to pass. He tried to find Tyrell Marshall across the middle. Over his intended receiver's hands. He'll bring up 3rd and 9. 6 of 10 passing on the night for Hunter Feaster for 126 yards and 2 touchdowns. 1 to Hansen, a 39-yarder. 1 to Marshall, Terrence Marshall, a 40-yarder. 3rd and 9 for the Raiders. Feaster back to pass. They're throwing a little screen to Connor Matthews out of the backfield. He's got a lot of room to run, and he has a Raider first down.
Connor Matthews, first down, Raiders.
Great call.
Timeout, Navarre.
They've got 2 left.
So that's a 42 down to the 25. A gain of 17 to Connor Matthews on the catch.
With the Tate Aggies right here at 7:30, it'll be a busy night at the stadium with senior night for band, ROTC, and dance. It'll be military appreciation night, and along with the Little Raider cheerleaders from the NYSA, will be here. So arrive early.
So this is the type of offense we were looking forward to this year, Bob.
Certainly we knew they had potential, Bill.
7:30 p.m.
And is it the combination of Rickards not, how do I want to put this? Rickards not as good as we thought they were coming in, or with Terrence Marshall back in the offense, it changes it up a lot because he is a game changer.
He is. He is.
It's greater to be a Raider. Love from Coach Wall's daughter and family in Panama City. Let's go. Thanks for checking in. 1st and 10, Navarre at the Rickards 25 with 21 seconds on the clock. And it is going to be tiptoed. He's going to be out of bounds, incomplete. So bring up 2nd and 10 with 15 seconds on the clock.
Trying to go for the back shoulder pass.
But can you get to the point where you're overthrowing to Terrence, and or could that be setting up something for the second half?
Could be. They had a perfect call to get the last first down on the screen.
2nd down and 10.
Another 5 or 10 yards within field goal range here.
2nd and 10 at the Rickards 25. He's going to overthrow his intended receiver. That would be Nate Hansen. Bring up 3rd and 10.
Nate Hansen, incomplete.
The bugs flying around up here tonight.
I bathed today, Bill. So wow.
First time this week?
Yeah, well, a day early. Usually bathe on Saturdays.
3rd and 10 for the Navarre Raiders at the Rickards Raiders 25. 10 seconds on the clock here. They are in Tyler Daniels' field goal range.
Yeah.
As he has already made one from 42 this year.
Blocked. Incomplete.
Incomplete, so that will bring up fourth down.
Line of scrimmage, incomplete. 3.6 seconds left.
Penalty on the play, however. Penalty flag.
What do we have here? Holding against Rickards. That'll be a first down. But here we go. Field goal attempt coming up.
Field goal unit comes on the field. Tyler Daniel looking to attempt a field goal.
They got to mark off the penalty. They'll move the ball down to the 15, so it will be a 32-yard field goal attempt. 10 yards closer.
Penalty marker on the field.
I think that's a far sideline. I think that's going to be a sideline warning, Bob.
On Rickards, I'm sure they're not happy.
So lining up for a 33-yard field goal attempt for Tyler Daniel. He's had a field goal in every game so far this season. See if he can keep that streak alive. That kick is up. It looks like it's good. And it is for the third straight game. This one from 33 yards. And Daniels remains perfect on the season.
That makes the score Raiders 38.
Did I hear an echo?
Raiders 6. Enjoy the halftime performance.
Echo.
Now we're gonna the band's gonna come on the field, so we're gonna put the camera on the band so that we can get the halftime entertainment from the Navarre Raider marching band. And we're going to take a small break so that you can enjoy the halftime festivities here at Bennett C. Russell Stadium. But we're going to talk until the band does come out. So we got a first half 38-6, Bob. Did you see that coming in tonight?
No. I mean, I didn't. I thought Navarre would play well. But what an offensive explosion. I think, Tyrell Marshall makes, a little bit of difference. I just think it brings a whole lot of confidence to the offense. And, Hunter Feaster was loving it and couldn't wait to get him back. But I think Coach Walls probably going to say keep the pedal to the metal in the second half, Bill.
Rickards will get the ball to start the second half. The Navarre Raiders in their dress uniforms tonight, the marching band. So we're going to get a display from our Navarre Raider marching band. And we will have senior night next week for the band and the ROTC.
Yep.
So.
And our good friend Paul Villanova.
Not Billy.
I called him.
He messed up. I didn't.
I called him Willie. Willie or won't he?
Tennessee Shanky checking in saying, yeah, I'll repeat that later, Shanky. My good friend Tennessee Shanky, who joined us on Sunday night for the Florida State LSU. After that game, Brian Kelly, who?
He was rooting for LSU in the game, but then when Florida State did something well, he'd give me a high five. I'm going.
He did not have a dog in the fight. He is a Tennessee Vols fan.
Yes.
And so we're going to get if you want to catch the band in here.
I hope you are ready for some great halftime entertainment brought to you.
We're going to turn it over to the field, Mike, and let you enjoy the Navarre Raider marching band.
On behalf of Superintendent Dr. Karen Barber, Principal Casey Winfelder, Band Director Dean Barrow, Associate Director Ryan Murphy, Percussion Directors Bryce Milton, Avery Binkley, Color Guard Directors Royce Harrison and Christy Foreman, we are very proud to debut the 2023 Navarre Raider Marching Band. Our band is under the field direction of Drum Major Mia Lee and Assistant Drum Major Lexi Stout. Our 2023 program is entitled The Black Swan. Drum Majors Mia Lee and Lexi Stout, is your band ready? Navarre Raider Band, you may now take the field for our halftime entertainment. Come on, give it up one more time for your very own Raider marching band. The band would like to personally thank you for watching our performance and make your way over to the concessions for a quick snack brought to you by the band.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire the right person. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills with the right jobs from the production floor to the front office. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
University Lending Group, located in Harvest Village, is Navarre's local mortgage lender. If buying, selling, or building a dream home is in your future, you need to contact University Lending Group. Jennifer Gomes and Stacy Wright are the loan specialists who have the experience to take you step by step to make your buying, building, or selling experience smooth. See University at 752 Navarre Parkway, Suite 56, or call 850-396-0322.
Great teams have great support. The Navarre Raiders have one of the best support organizations, the Navarre Raiders Quarterback Club. All the members see to it that the Raiders have all available necessities to keep the Raiders on track, whether it's seeing to it that they're properly fed, have good transportation, or making sure that all Raider fans can watch and hear all exciting Navarre Raider football action. The Navarre Raider Quarterback Club is there to make it happen. Thanks Navarre Raider Quarterback Club for your support of your winning Navarre Raiders on IrishBillSports.com.
Craig Culver of Culver's.
Before farm to table, before field to fork, there was just good, wholesome food. Grown by America's farm families, prepared fresh at Culver's, and always served with a smile. We still cook every Butterburger to order using fresh 100% Midwest beef and craft our frozen custard right in the restaurant using family farm fresh dairy. So thank you, farmers. Welcome to Delicious.
All Dry is 100% veteran-owned and operated. They have a proven process that guarantees customer satisfaction along with job completion to industry standards. In addition to water and mold remediation, they hold certifications in fire and smoke odor control cleanup, trauma, crime scene, and biohazard cleanup. If you're in the Gulf Coast region, including areas in Florida, Alabama, and Mississippi, you can rely on All Dry 24/7, 365. And you can find them on the World Wide Web at www.myalldry.com/Gulf Coast region.
Comets! 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. Put your glad rags on, join me home. We'll have some fun when the clock strikes 1. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock, rock, rock till for broad day.
Welcome back to Bennett C. Russell Stadium, where we find the Navarre Raiders on top at the half, 38-6. We're going to welcome real quickly Paul Villanova. I got it right, Dad. I got yours a lot easier to say than Vinny's. But Paul is the public address announcer here for Navarre Raider football. Welcome to the broadcast, Paul.
Thank you.
This first half, we expected them to come out with a new outlook. They got one of their best wide receivers back in Terrence Marshall. But after the defeat at Pine Forest, they look determined tonight.
They really do. The first drive being a long one, and then getting that block punt and scoring on a short drive right after that. I know Coach Wall said they had a great response in practice all week long, and I think they would have, after Pine Forest, they came out with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder tonight, and so far this is exactly what the doctor ordered.
And us as Navarre faithful are not used to Navarre losing their first 2 games of the season. But let's look at their schedule. Catholic on the road tonight against Fairhope, winning again. That Catholic is a very strong team, and Pine Forest is probably the best team in the Panhandle.
When the schedule came out several months ago, I looked at it and said, it's the first 2 games are the toughest. We'd be lucky to come out, not lucky, but if we came out 1-1, we'd be in great shape.
And we had a chance against Catholic.
We had a chance against Catholic, overtime game. So Coach Walls all week told the guys we're one play away from that Catholic game from being the same spot we were last year at this time, 1-1, and then we went out and won 7 in a row. So.
Most definitely. We got the big one coming up next Friday night right here against Tate. Our first District 1-4S game against Tate coming up. And they've been playing really good ball the first couple of weeks.
Tate has.
Yes, they have.
They have Tate Davis is the quarterback and does a good job, and they've got some good talent. And but this is what we needed to go into that game with confidence, and the first district game coming off of what looks to be a W tonight put us in great shape.
Yeah, and they got a great receiver over there with Chris Neptune. He had 200 yards reception against Pine Forest in game 1. He was basically their offense.
Wow.
But so the Raiders will know what they'll have to do. But, Paul, I know the clock's winding down here, and you got to get back
to your
job. PA duties. Appreciate you coming up.
All right, thank you very much.
Paul Villanova, the public address announcer here at Navarre Raider football, and his son, Vinny Villanova, is a starting linebacker here on this Raiders team. Mark Stevens checking in. Grandson Talon Stevens has been playing with the JV. He's getting to dress out with the varsity night. Congratulations, Mark, and to Talon, dressing out with the varsity this evening. The Raiders up 38-6. Let's go over some halftime stats. We'll start with the passing game. Hunter Feaster having his best game of the season. 7 of 14, 143 yards, 2 touchdowns. Terrence Marshall, 5 receptions for 78 yards in the first half. 1 reception for Nate Hansen for a touchdown from 39 yards out. A 21-yard reception by B.B. Brown and a 17-yarder to Connor Matthews. On the ground, Connor Matthews leading the way. 10 carries for 62 yards and 3 scores. And 61 yards on 4 carries for Hunter Feaster. The Raiders have 159 through the air, 119 on the ground. For Rickards through the air, 6 of 12 passing for 1 Benjamin Henry for 75 yards, a touchdown. And that came to Xavion Jackson, who leads the team in receptions, 2 for 47 yards, 2 for 23 yards for Jashawn Frazier. A catch each for Tyson Saylor and Camarian Battles. So there's your halftime stats. And the running game for Rickards is led by Camarian Battles with 3 rushes for 27 yards, and Jashawn Frazier with 2 carries for 20 yards. We're going to go out and take a quick break before we come back for second half action. Navarre Raiders hosting the Rickards Raiders here on this 8th day of September 2023. For Irish Bill, Seminole Bob, and Raider Riley, we'll be back for second half action right here from Bennett C. Russell Stadium. Be right back, folks.
Thinking about selling your property? Call Ursula Householder of Coldwell Banker Realty in Navarre now. The consultation is free, and Ursula uses the best tools the industry has to offer. Her years as a top producer, relocation specialist, and Florida military market specialist will help you get the desired result. If you are buying, Ursula's experience will help you make an informed decision to find the right home for you. And if you mention this advertisement, Ursula will donate $100 to the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club when the deal closes. To find out if you qualify for any of the military rewards, call or text 850-642. Go Raiders!
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help Because we understand what it takes to hire the right person. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills with the right jobs from the production floor to the front office. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
University Lending Group, located in Harvest Village, is Navarre's local mortgage lender. If buying, selling, or building a dream home is in your future, you need to contact University Lending Group. Jennifer Gomes and Stacy Wright are the loan specialists who have the experience to take you step by step to make your buying, building, or selling experience smooth. See University at 752 Navarre Parkway, Suite 56, or call 850-396-0322.
Irish Bill and Seminole Bob back at the half. We'll go over other scores. Chipley trailing Holmes County in the fourth quarter, 32-24. Pine Forest over Pensacola, 53-0 in the fourth quarter. Bozeman over Baker, 26-7, third quarter. Walton over Union County, 16-14, third quarter. Milton over Booker T. Washington, 21-0 in the third. Catholic over Fairhope, 24-0, third. Choctaw over Crestview, 28-14, third quarter. Cottondale over Rocky Bayou, 48-6 at the half. North Bay Haven over Destin, 12-11 at the half. Pace West Florida tied at 14 at the half.
Welcome back to the second half.
Mosley over Arnold, 55-0. Fort Walled Beach over Rutherford, 34-12 at the half. Escambia over Gulf Breeze at the half, 13-7. And Gaston County takes down Bay 52-15.
Milton.
Wow.
Oh,
we're getting ready for second half action here. Both teams have come back out onto the field. Navarre leads at the half 38-6. What impressed you most about the first half, Seminole Bob?
The confidence of the offense. And, they started with easy passes, getting Hunter's confidence up. And then we started running the ball. Connor Matthews, 3 touchdowns in the first half. We got to go way back to figure out what Raider has done that.
Well, I know one we can go right back to Dante Wright. He had 4 one night, I remember. I believe it was in the Crestview game.
First half?
Not in the first half.
Oh, yeah.
Tyler Daniel getting ready to put toe on leather. The Raiders will be coming out of the north end here at Bennett C. Russell Stadium. Rickards back deep.
Number 13, Tyler Daniel.
Jay-Sean Frazier back deep for the Rickards Raiders. 38-6 as we get ready to start the second half here on IrishBillSports.com and Irish Bill Sports Live on YouTube. It's a line drive kick that's going to come down at the 8-yard line, returned by Camarian Battles. He's going to get to the outside. He's got a nice wall. And he's going to be tackled over there after a great return and a flag down here on the near sideline.
Holding on Rickards. Wow.
Frazier on the return, brought down by number 21, Cooper Black.
Cooper Black on the special teams tackle.
That's his second special teams tackle.
50-yard line.
They're going to mark off 5, mark off 10, back to the 32, and that's where Rickards will get the second half started.
Holding against the Rickards Raiders, backs them up. They'll start now.
Their 5th penalty of the game for 48 yards, all holding penalties.
Paul Villanova let me know that Andre Spence has been in and out. He's been cramping.
He's been known for cramping, so that does not surprise me. Henry in the pistol for the Raiders. Hands off to his back in a big hole. Nice secondary tackle there by Connor Black, but not before.
11, Carlisle Mercer.
Mercer gets about, he gets into Raider territory down to the 49.
Raiders ball at the midfield for a 49-yard line.
So that's going to be a 16-yard carry for Mercer, and they go right back to him. So they move it from the 35, 16 yards on that first down carry. And then he backs it up with 7 more. So a 2nd and 3 for the Rickards Raiders at the Navarre 43-yard line. Tristan Ferreira on the tackle. 2nd and 3 for the Rickards Raiders at the Navarre 43. Just underway here in the second half. Battles on the carry. Actually, it's going to be a keeper as they tried to find their H-back out of the backfield, and he had a lot of room to run if they complete that pass.
Mercy.
Intended for number 49.
I think he was.
Jalen Wiggins.
The intended receiver was Jalen Wiggins, junior tight end and defensive end for Rickards High. 3rd and a long 3 for the Rickards Raiders at the Navarre 43. 10:48 on the clock as it stops on the incompleted pass. Henry looks over to the sideline, gets the play call from the sideline. 2 receivers near side. They're going to bring the receivers tight on the far side. Henry's going to roll out. He's getting pressure. He's got a receiver and almost intercepted. It'll be a 4th down coming up. And that was Connor Black on the breakup. On the almost interception.
Incomplete, broken up nicely by number 2, Connor Black.
We've had our hands on passes from
Going to bring up 4th down.
Rickards tonight.
Cunningham's had almost 2, and now Black. And I think they're going to keep the offense on the field, 4th and 4.
They're going to go for it.
The Raiders with 274 yards of offense in the first half. Rickards with 112.
Bringing some extra beef in.
4th and 4 for Rickards at the Navarre 43-yard line.
Linebackers up for Navarre.
And looks like he has enough for the first down, maybe, depending on the spot.
Boy, he's right at it. The
Number
stick.
3, Camarian Battles on the carry.
I think that he's going to be a little bit short, Bob. I think he's going to be a little bit short.
I'd ask for a measurement.
And they are.
Looks like we're going to have a measurement on the field.
Battle with 3 carries for 30 yards on the night.
Reminder, cheer squad at the water break around the 6-minute mark. I'll give you guys the.
Crestview has cut the lead to 28-21 on Choctaw.
Hello.
After trailing 28-6.
I think you and I picked Crestview. No, you both picked Choctaw.
I took
Crestview.
Choctaw. But Choctaw lead down to 7. I think it's going to be a little bit short here, Bob.
No, I think they got it. No, they're short. Holy cow.
By about,
That's short. You're Navarre.
as Maxwell Smart would say, missed it by that much.
1st and 10, Raiders.
Yeah, I mean, Navarre brought their linebackers up and had 8 in the box. And it's just one of those from the official right foot, left foot thing. You know.
What a job by the Big Bubbas tonight. Have not got back to Feaster. In fact, they haven't gotten to Feaster much this season at all. 1st and 10, the Navarre Raiders from their own, call it 39 and a quarter yard line. They're going to split Hanson and Marshall to the far side, Tyrell Marshall to the near side, Terrence to the top. Connor Matthews in the backfield to the right of Hunter Feaster. It's going to be a handoff to Matthews. Big gainer still on his feet. The little rugger is still on his feet inside the 20. Cuts back inside the 15, 10, and all the way down to the 4-yard line. A great block and downfield by Terrence Marshall and Nate Hansen. And it's a gain all the way down to the 5.
First down, Raiders.
A 56-yard run on 1st and 10 for Connor Matthews. And that puts him over 100 at 118 yards.
Yeah, great 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th effort there. And I imagine Navarre is going to stay on the ground.
Run that clock.
Yep.
And with this touchdown, it would start a running clock if they do manage to get in.
That's correct.
Up the middle.
In the state of Florida, if you have a lead of 35 points or more, it's a running clock starting in the second half.
Don't have a name for 64.
It's going
Well
to be
said.
a
Well said.
2-yard gain there for Connor Matthews.
I bet you Tennessee State had wished they had a running clock in the second half against the Catholics.
That's for sure. Second and goal from the Rickards 3-yard line, which means this second half will go rather quickly if the running clock ensues here. Second and goal, not counting anything yet. Matthews is going to be near the goal line.
Short.
Looks like he's just about a rabbit hair nose. What? I don't know what I'm trying to say there. It's going to be a gain of 2. It'll be third and goal from about the half-yard line. Jaden Jones on the tackle. Third and goal from about the 1, just inside the 1.
Goal for the Raiders.
It's going to be Matthews in for his 4th touchdown of the night.
Connor Matthews, touchdown Raiders.
Well, that was all Connor Matthews on that drive. 4 plays, 61 yards. And the Raiders have stretched their lead out to 38. So that means we will have a running clock for the remainder of the game as Matthews goes in from 8 at the 8:50 mark. Kick is up and good.
The kick is up and the kick is good, which makes your score.
Daniels remains perfect. 6 for 6 extra points, 1 for 1 field goal tonight. 10 for 10 on field goals, 4 for 4 on field goals on the season. 45-6.
Raider cheerleaders, you guys ready? All right, let's introduce the varsity cheer team for 2023-24. Abigail Bessiker.
All the cheerleaders.
Elena Bracco.
I used to be able to do that, Bill.
Chambers.
I doubt it.
In my mother's womb.
Bailey Blankenship. Bella Arocha. Charlotte Howard.
So the second half will go rather quickly as we've just reached 9:09. We've never gotten out of here before 9:30. I can't remember the last time that we've gotten out of here before 9:30. 45-6 is your score. Navarre over Rickards. Daniels with the end over end kick down to the 6-yard line. Battles, actually not Battles. That is Frazier on the return. Another flag down. And it's going to negate a long return by Jay-Sean Frazier. There's a flag down at about the 31-yard line.
Wingfield. Lila Reeder. Macy Mizell.
What do we have? I think we're going to have another holding penalty here, or block in the back. Mr. Whitehouse is going to tell us here in a second.
Legal block. Holding.
That's their 5 penalties, 6 penalties tonight, all holding.
I think they're going to take a water break here, Bill. You know, and we don't have a name, unfortunately. The umpire.
Do they run the clock even during the water break?
No.
Because they just stopped it.
Yeah.
Because when I looked over there, it was still going.
The umpire who got injured hung out, went back in the second half. The gentleman who took his place was the clock operator. Now, Florida High School has a new rule where if an official just wants to do the clock, they don't have to take the state test. In order to referee high school sports, you have to pass the test, right? And so I think what happened is the umpire went to do the clock operator's job, and the clock operator is now down in the umpire position.
Huh. Interesting. Thank you for that explanation, Seminole Bob. 1st and 10, Rickards from their own 22. It's going to be handoff to Battles, and he's going to battle his way up to the 25. A gain of 3.
My long-winded explanation was obviously the clock operator had taken that test so he could go be on the field.
So I can do the announcements of the dance team in just a little bit.
2nd and 7. Oh, he had him. Wow, nice catch there by Frazier. I think he even surprised himself a little bit there, Bob.
I thought he was going to stop his route. Nice fingertip catch.
On the tackle, first down for the Rickards Raiders.
30-yard reception, first down Rickards. And their 6th first down of the night.
Incomplete pass to the running back.
That was the intended was Frazier. But I think it's going to fall incomplete. Henry, not a bad night. 7 of 16, 105 yards and a touchdown. Neither team has turned the ball over tonight. But 6 holding penalties for Rickards has really hurt them.
It sure has. Well, they had the block punt, so I guess that's considered a turnover.
Henry's going to roll out to his right. Pursuit from Villanova. Throws over his intended receiver there on the far side. That would be Mercer. Will bring up 3rd and 10.
Pass incomplete. Intended for number 7, Xavier Jackson.
Actually, the intended receiver was Jackson.
3rd down and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So 3rd and 10 from the Raider 45, that Navarre 45-yard line. Both teams are the Raiders, so that's why the further explanation. 3:55 and running here in the 3rd, 45-6 Navarre.
Definitely 4-down territory.
Henry with the sky.
Wow. That's got to be interference.
Nope.
Oh, my.
Just a little bit underthrown.
Holy cow.
And it's going to bring up 4th and 10.
Incomplete pass, penalty flag on the field around the 50-yard line.
There is a flag down on the field. And if this would be against Navarre, it would be their first penalty of the night.
Should have been pass interference, but we got away with one there. Roughing the passer.
Looks that way. Roughing the passer. 15-yard penalty against Navarre will give Rickards a first down. That is the first penalty of the night against Navarre.
Penalty against the Raiders, Navarre Raiders. Personal foul.
First down for Rickards on the penalty. 2:54 and running. A running clock for the rest of the remainder of this game.
Oh, wow. What a catch. Good adjustment. Touchdown.
Good attachment in the end zone. I'm trying to look for the number. It looks like number 2, Tyson Saylor.
Touchdown for Rickards Raiders, number 2.
It's a 35-yard touchdown pass. Actually, a 30-yard touchdown pass to Tyson Saylor.
On the reception.
Rickards back on the board.
They're going for 2 here, Bill.
Henry rolling out to his right.
Knocked down.
And the Raiders block it down on the extra point attempt. Score remained 45-12.
Number 25, Andre Spence.
Andre Spence knocks the ball down.
Now, because the score is inside 35, the clock continues to run, though.
That's correct. It will continue to run through the rest of the game.
You thought I was going to say something otherwise, didn't you, Bill? You got to have confidence in me, Bill.
I trust you, Bob.
I listen to what you say.
About as far as I can throw you.
Yeah, well, there you go. Just don't throw me over the fence here.
I would never do that.
I might bounce.
You're my older brother from another mother.
That's right.
The Rickards Raiders did get in the end zone. Tyson Saylor.
Tyrell and Terrence back returning kicks. And they're moving everybody else up. They're expecting an onside kick possibly here. This might be the last play of the third quarter.
Onside kick.
Irving Benjavar.
Nice kick.
And the Raiders
Navarre
recover.
covers.
And by the time they get the offense on the field, it will probably be the end of the third quarter.
That was tough for a left-footed kicker to kick to his left. Cooper's had a good game on special teams, Bill.
Yes, he has.
Good way to have get some playing time.
55 from the Navarre Raiders, Will Payton. Happy birthday, Will Payton. That's the end of the third quarter with your score. Navarre Raiders 45, Rickards Raiders 12. Dance team, if you guys can send me a copy of your roster up here. I don't have it.
Sorry, we had a quick disconnection there. Hopefully we're back up and running. Please let me know if we're back up and running now. Says the excellence good. We just had a disconnect there. We're getting ready to start the fourth quarter. 45-12. Navarre on top. 1st and 10 at the Rickards 49. Running clock here in the fourth quarter with the Raiders up 33.
Roman Marshall, number 9, now the quarterback for your Raiders.
It's going to be a handoff to Josh. Oh, there. That was a little ugly. As he grabbed him up around the neck, it's going to be a loss of 5 on the carry by Wilson.
Brought down behind the line.
You knew what Coach said. Wilson!
Yeah, we're good. Back up. Thanks, Deborah. 2nd and 15, Navarre. I think we got some new receivers out there as well. That one goes to Jalen Meza. Nice gain inside the 45, down to the 44. Jalen had one catch for 5 yards last week. That's going to be an 11-yard catch to Meza.
Jalen Meza. Going to bring up 3rd down and 5.
Give him 11 on the reception. That is actually Roman Marshall in there now. Taking snaps here in the fourth quarter. That was a completed pass as well.
Roman Marshall's pass complete to number 12, Brandon Estrada.
Brandon Asada with a 3-yard reception.
4th and short for the Raiders. They keep the offense on the field.
4th and 2. Roman Marshall getting some playing time for the second consecutive week.
Let the play clock go down all the way. Not that the clock is already running, though.
Wilson bounces to the outside. He's going to be dropped for a loss, and the Rickards Raiders will take over at their own 45.
At number 64, Rickards Raiders take the ball over on downs, 1st and 10.
The Raiders defense comes back out on the field. We'll need I think we'll see some new Raider faces out there as well.
Rickards going to be throwing the football.
Probably for the remainder of this 9:34 that we have left on this running clock.
You think?
45-12 Navarre. Navarre flexing their muscles tonight. Henry back to pass. He's got plenty of coverage. And he splits his two intended receivers. Tyson Saylor.
Pass incomplete. Intended for number 2.
And Javion Jackson.
Tyson Saylor.
Sailed past him,
Down and 10 for the Rickards Raiders.
Sailed past him.
Clock continues to run with 8:55 left in the football game. Ball at the 45-yard line. 2nd down and 10.
Well, the Raiders will get Coach Walls' 199th win tonight in his illustrious career. Tried to find Jackson down the far sideline. Great coverage back there in the secondary by Navarre.
Pass intended for number 7, Javion Jackson. Broken up by number 37.
Back there in tight coverage, Ryder Longo.
Ryder Longo on the defense.
Some sophomores getting some playing time here, Bob.
Yeah.
Benjamin Henry, that quarterback for Rickards. They trailed 45-12 with the running clock down to 8 minutes. Here in the fourth, 45-12, Navarre on top. They're going to do a pitch, backwards pitch to Mercer. He's going to get positive yards. Let's give him 4 yards, and Rickards will have a 3rd down coming up.
Number 11.
Hoping to catch Navarre in pass coverage. Good pursuit there by Navarre, staying awake.
4th and 6 coming up for the Rickards Raiders at their own 49. 7:30 on the clock here in the 4th. Going to run a play, and they're going to get a 1st down as Battles
won't go down. Good
he
effort.
Reversed his course and got the Rickards 1st down into Navarre territory down to the 41. A gain of 16 for Battle and a Rickards 1st down.
Have some scores, Bill. 3rd quarter, Scambia leading Gulf Breeze 27-7. Fort Walton all over Rutherford 47-12.
For the Raider Giants dance team, I say band, dance team. I don't have the roster up here. Let's hear from the ladies. Great job, ladies.
Henry hits Saylor out of the backfield. Actually, he was lined up here on the near side down to the Navarre Raider 33. A gain of 8 to Saylor. His 3rd catch on the night for 47 yards.
Union County leading Walton, Bill. Kind of a surprise here, 26-16.
Walton having a good season.
Pine Forest, 53-0 over Pensacola.
2nd and 2 for the Rickards Raiders. Nice coverage and safety, but they're going to call him for holding, I believe. He was on his back there. It was good coverage by the safety, but I think he had a hand on his back there.
Could be.
That will give Rickards a 1st down.
Pace in West Florida, Bill, 4th quarter, locked up at 21.
Nice. I knew that would be a tight contest.
Milton leading Booker T. That's a surprise.
IMG Academy headed up to Indianapolis this week, and they're taking on Ben Davis, a story program up there, but it's been all IMG Academy tonight.
Penalty against the Raiders, against the Navarre Raiders.
Wakulla leading 48. Oh, it's a final. Beat Monroe Day 48-7.
1st and 10, Rickards.
Wakulla beat.
13-yard line.
Florida High beat Lecanto. It's a pitch to the deep back. A nice run. And is he in or is he out of bounds? Down to the 4-yard line.
Antonio Gibbons on the carry.
It looks like it's going to be enough for a 1st down or maybe about 2 yards short.
Halftime in Panama City. This may be a final, but I don't have right now. The latest score I had, North Bayhaven leading Destin 12-11 at halftime.
Second and goal, 2nd and 2 for Henry. And he's going to get into the end zone, I believe. Or he's a little bit short.
Jay-Sean Frazier, touchdown for the Rickards Raiders.
And for Frazier, Rickards back on the board.
Bozeman leading Baker 26-7. Baker woes continue. Choctaw pulling away from Crestview 42-21.
Rickards will go for 2.
Pass over the middle, incomplete. So the try is
no good. So that'll make the score 45-18.
With 3:42 remaining in the ballgame.
Looks like we took a water break.
Rickards 18. We have a water break on the field. Reminder that next Friday night, September 15th, right here at Bennett C. Russell Stadium, 7:30 p.m., the first district game against Tate High School. The Tate Aggies come in.
Well, let's go ahead and pick our players of the game here, Bob. I think our Ian Lockwood player of the game has to go to Hunter Feaster.
The dance team, the band, and ROTC.
Yeah, I mean,
7 of 14 passing, 143 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 61 yards on 4 carries.
Yeah, I mean, it's very close between him and Connor Matthews, 4 touchdowns.
All right, Raider Gems, I do have your roster.
And we can't throw Marshall out of there either. I mean, 5 receptions, 78. How about we do this? Feaster is our Ian Lockwood player of the game. Marshall and Connor Matthews are our co-offensive players of the game. Our defensive player of the game, we'll think about that one for a second. We'll come back.
Sierra Garcia.
Probably have another onside kick coming up here.
Jasmine Nunez.
Raiders recover.
Sincere Layton.
Or do they?
Carson Darby.
Looks like
Malaya Chong.
Navarre retains.
Our senior, Ariana Hampton.
Well, it's a toss-up on defense between Vinny Villanova
Daly.
and the 2 sacks by
I say we go with Logan Hand.
Logan Hand. They do a lot of rotation on the linebacking core.
And special teams got to go to Daniels again. Tyler Daniels, another perfect night. 1st and 10. Roman Marshall in at quarterback, I believe, still.
Raider Gems dance team.
Or we may have one of the JV quarterbacks come up. I'm not sure. Not sure who we got in there at quarterback right now. It's a double-digit number. Trying to see who we.
Colby Ramsey.
Colby Ramsey. What number is that?
14.
14.
I'm not sure.
And the running back there is the diminutive one. A gain of 3. I'll get his number here in just a second. Is that 32?
Quarterback is number 14, Colby Ramsey.
That'd be Keith Danner, 32. 3-yard gain on 1st down.
Keith Danner brought down by number 6.
He's going to lose the 3 plus a couple more on second down. So bring up 3rd and 12 for Navarre. Colby Ramsey, number 14, also a sophomore, back there with Keith Danner, who was a junior running back. Ramsey back to pass.
Oh! He took a shot.
His pass is intercepted.
Ramsey's pass intercepted.
But is there a flag in the backfield?
Nope, should be.
No flag.
Hit him high.
Rickards will take over.
Rickards will take over on the first turnover of the ball game.
Again, a shout out to all the folks that made the trip from Tallahassee. Please be careful on the ride back.
We thank all of you for joining us tonight.
Most definitely. And everybody that participated in our live chat, thank you.
Thank you for keeping it clean and about the game. Good bless you.
Henry back to pass. He hands off.
A draw play.
The big gain out to the 50 and into Raider turn. Camarian Battles is going to gain 18 on the play.
Timeout.
By number 22.
Timeout Rickards.
Ollie Bryant.
Rickards Raiders getting some garbage yardage here. Well, it's not garbage. These guys work hard.
Timeout Rickards.
Oh, most certainly. Most certainly.
And that 2 hour and 45-minute bus ride over here.
Just got to watch out for tires flying across your front bumper.
We got to tell that. I don't know. Have we told that story on here before? We were
not
headed over to
this
the
year.
Rickards game last year.
Yeah.
And I forget where we stopped by an exit. And next thing I know is we got back on I-10. There's a tire flying across the road in front of us. Like
somebody had a blowout
and it almost took us out.
Yeah.
First and 10, Rickards Raiders at the Navarre Raiders 49. Henry back to pass. He's going to roll out and run, but that will probably be the last play of the game, Bob.
They're going to call timeout.
Brought down by number 53, Talon Stevens. Timeout.
45-18 is your score. Time left on the clock is 13 seconds.
13 seconds. Fort Walton, I believe, won 13 games in their Danny Werfel championship game against St. Thomas Aquinas. Mark and I stayed on 13th Street in Gainesville for the game.
Roughly right after the game starts.
We used phone jacks back then. It was phone jack number 13. It was crazy how many 13s that year.
13 seconds left on the clock here. 45-18 Navarre comfortably on top. Henry back to pass. It's going to be picked off.
Henry's pass, intercepted.
Trying to see who came up with that one.
That's the ball game. The Navarre Raiders on the winning side.
If you see the number, let me know. But he's being surrounded by his teammates. That's number 30. That would be Nicky Minato with the interception.
How about that?
Everybody be careful on the way home. We'll see you next week.
So both teams are with an interception in the last series for both teams. And your final score from the Bennett C. Russell Stadium, Navarre 45, Rickards 18. The Raiders get their first win, and Coach Wall's 199th win in his career, with a chance for 200 next week in his first district game of the 23 season against Tate next Friday night right here. Same bat channel.
Same bat station.
And
enjoy the game tonight, Navarre.
And he moves his overall record at Navarre to 96-31. We're going to go take a quick commercial break so that you can hear a word from our sponsors, because without them, we would not be doing this broadcast from Bennett C. Russell Stadium. So we'll be back after this commercial break.
You want to have the
Great teams have great support. The Navarre Raiders have one of the best support organizations, the Navarre Raiders Quarterback Club. All the members see to it that the Raiders have all available necessities to keep the Raiders on track, whether it's seeing to it that they're properly fed, have good transportation, or making sure that all Raider fans can watch and hear all exciting Navarre Raider football action. The Navarre Raider Quarterback Club is there to make it happen. Thanks, Navarre Raider Quarterback Club, for your support of your winning Navarre Raiders on IrishBillSports.com.
Craig Culver of Culver's.
Before farm to table, Before Field to Fork, there was just good, wholesome food. Grown by America's farm families, prepared fresh at Culver's, and always served with a smile. We still cook every Butterburger to order using fresh 100% Midwest beef and craft our frozen custard right in the restaurant using family farm fresh dairy. So thank you, farmers. Welcome to Delicious.
All Dry is 100% veteran owned and operated. They have a proven process that guarantees customer satisfaction along with job completion to industry standards. In addition to water and mold remediation, they hold certifications in fire and smoke odor control cleanup, trauma, crime scene, and biohazard cleanup. If you're in the Gulf Coast region, including areas in Florida, Alabama, and Mississippi, you can rely on All Dry 24/7, 365. And you can find them on the World Wide Web at www.myalldry.com/Gulf Coast region.
Thinking about selling your property? Call Ursula Householder of Coldwell Banker Realty in Navarre now. The consultation is free, and Ursula uses the best tools the industry has to offer. Her years as a top producer, relocation specialist, and Florida military market specialist will help you get the desired result. If you are buying, Ursula's experience will help you make an informed decision to find the right home for you. And if you mention this advertisement, Ursula will donate $100 to the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club when the deal closes. To find out if you qualify for any of the military rewards, call or text 850-642-5711 or email ursula.householder at...
This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire the right person. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills with the right jobs from the production floor to the front office. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
University Lending Group, located in Harvest Village, is Navarre's local mortgage lender. If buying, selling, or building a dream home is in your future, you need to contact University Lending Group. Jennifer Gomes and Stacy Wright are the loan specialists who have the experience to take you step by step to make your buying, building, or selling experience smooth. See University at 752 Navarre Parkway, Suite 56, or call 850-396-0322.
Welcome back to Bennett C. Russell Stadium, where we saw the Navarre Raiders take out the Rickards Raiders 45-18.
Great performance. Offense, defense, special teams. I think play calling for the coaches was fantastic. For the most part, our defense, except for a couple occasions,
I think, Bob, even on
the speed.
Special teams, we could have probably thrown Nate Hansen in there as well. But I think Tyler, with his perfect performance, gets the nod there, just ahead of Nate Hansen.
Yeah.
So your Ian Lockwood player of the game, Hunter Feaster, as he goes 7 of 14 for 143 yards and 2 touchdowns, his best performance of the 23 season. And he also had 61 yards and a big 49-yard run to set up the Raiders' first touchdown of the game.
Most certainly.
Our offensive players of the game, we're going co-players of the game. Terrence Marshall in for his first game of the season. 5 catches, 78 yards, and a score. And Connor Matthews, the workhorse in the backfield for Navarre. 14 carries, 123 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4.
He ran hard. That's what Connor does, and he gets the job done. That's the bottom line. Speaking of Connor Matthews, I believe either Mr. or Mrs. Matthews have a birthday today.
So whoever it is, we're not going to sing. Believe me, you do not want us to sing happy birthday to you, but we will send out birthday wishes.
HBD. Happy birthday.
Good job. Well, we're going to they made quick work of the second half, the Raiders did, as they scored on their first possession of the second half, and it's just 9:41 on a Friday night, and I know where I'll be headed after this. Down to Buffalo Wild Wings. They're playing a replay of the game.
Oh, there you go.
So I'll head down to Buffalo Wild Wings, and then I'll be back on the show. The Southern Gentlemen Sports Show will be at their new location tomorrow.
Where have you been?
New studio
Yeah.
is going to be in the mall at the Santa Rosa Mall.
Okay.
And in Fort Walton Beach. So we'll be back on the air 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, the Southern Gentleman Sports Show.
That's early.
On 103.7, wearesportsradio.com, and also in Pensacola at 97.1 FM. But
So it's going to be you,
Pac-12 Dave,
Pac-12 Dave.
or two-pack Dave.
Two-pack
because
Dave.
they're down to 2 teams in the Pac-12.
Mm-hmm.
And the Georgia Dog.
Georgia Dog. Oregon State and who's left? Washington State. And they have not
That's
committed.
It. Washington State, Oregon State.
They were talking today about who gets the Pac-12 resources or leftover. I don't know what that means. But I know they're looking at the Mountain West and all. But, Pac-12 Dave, okay.
Yeah, and they got a big game tomorrow night as the Wisconsin Badgers come into town to play there in the Palouse.
I want to keep my job, so I'm not going to go against the producer extraordinaire. Great game for Navarre tonight. I know Navarre fans are, kind of breathing a sigh of relief. We just didn't know. How's that game show? Will the real Milton Berle please stand? You didn't know which Navarre team was going to show up tonight. And as Coach Wall said on our coaches show last week at Buffalo Wild Wings, you keep trying, keep plugging every day, work in the weight room, work hard in practice, good things are going to come. And tonight, total effort by Navarre football.
Big game coming up next Friday night. The Raiders will host the Tate Aggies, the first district game for both teams here in 2023. And like I said, if you can't come out to the stadium, you're missing a good game. But you don't have to miss it totally, as you can watch from either your home, Buffalo Wild Wings, or Culver's of Navarre. And on irishbillsports.com, Irish Bills Sports Live on YouTube. So you got a lot of options if you can't make it out to the stadium. We'd love to have you here, but
please do.
We understand if you can't. But there are many options for you to watch Navarre Raider football.
From Maine to California, Sweden to Australia. Thank you.
There's no home, and our arms reach to every length of the 7 continents. There's 7, right?
Yeah.
Gosh. I did learn something in geography.
Antarctica. Who knows? We may have
Never
someone.
know.
Never know who.
One click of the button. You never know.
You never know.
Well, we hope that you all have enjoyed tonight's broadcast of Navarre Raider football. It's a happy night here as the Raiders get their first win in 2023. Until next Friday night from this same spot. In fact, I'm going to leave the chairs and the table up here, because I get tired of bringing them up and down.
It's going to be a TV game. But
it's going to be a TV game.
No. Listen to us.
Yeah.
Watch us.
Watch us.
I promise I won't sing.
Hey, you never make that promise.
I did. We don't want them watching the competition.
Okay. Well, anyways, until next Friday night, from right here in the same spot up on the roof at Bennett C. Russell Stadium, may the wind ever be at your back. This is Irish Bill and Seminole Bob. Good night, everyone.
Good night, Navarre.